Hey, welcome back everyone to the brand new episode of the Code Drop, and this is going to be interesting as we're going to see what box model in CSS is. So without wasting time, let's get started. So the first of all, we need to know what a box model is. So I'm just going to draw a diagram to show what box model is. So the innermost layer is called the content layer. It is the innermost layer, and there's basically whatever we write and whatever we add images of. So this is the content layer. The second layer after content is padding. So padding is basically white space we have between border and the content of the page. So this part is the padding, and let's make it gray so we can differentiate. And after the padding we have border. Let's make it pink. This is the border, and then after border whatever space is remaining, that is called the margin. So margin is basically the white space between all the HTML elements. So if you have two paragraphs, then they'll have some margin between them, and that margin will define how much space is between those two paragraphs. So this was the basic diagram, and we're going to jump in coding now. So let's get started. Now we already know how to add styles to content and how to add borders. Therefore, there are two new things we need to discuss here, and they are padding and margin. And we're going to do padding first, but to understand how padding works, let's first make a division and add some properties to it. So we have this paragraph already here, and let's add a class of padder, and now we'll create this class padder, and inside of it we want to give some width, let's say at 200 pixels, and then we want a height, let's give it a height of 40 pixels. So the height and width is basically the content size of the division or the paragraph. So when we see height and width, it means the height and width of content. Okay, we need to increase the height, I guess. Yeah, we're good to go now. So this is a normal paragraph with no padding and no margin. It's just the content. Now I want to add some padding to it because it's a padder class. So we'll add an attribute called padder, and let's add an padding of 5 pixels. So when we do this, you can see the difference. We have slight bit of difference between the content and the border here, and if we increase this difference, you can see it more clearly that we have some distance between the border and the content of the paragraph. So this is what padding does. It creates space between border and the paragraph. That's padding, and now we move on to margin. So unlike padding, it's not space between border and its content, but instead it is the space between different elements of the web page. So let's make a paragraph and let's see how it works. So we'll add one more paragraph, or we'll just simply copy this and paste it again here, and we'll rename it to a class of marginer. Don't know, let's just say a marginer. So we have a class marginer, and we'll make our class in the style tag, and you can see that our paragraph is ready. So we'll just copy these three styles from here only. We want the same width, the same height, and same border, and we have it here. And now we want to add some margin. So when we add margin, you'll notice that we have white space between the two paragraphs we have already made. So you can see that we have different spacing from the above paragraph. Now if we increase this margin, you'll see it more clearly, and if we save, you can see that now we have 20 pixel difference between edge of the browser window and the box, and also 20 pixels difference between the upper box and the lower box. So this is how margin works. The margin creates white space between the two elements of the web page. Now we can keep on increasing this distance. So if we keep it a positive value, the difference will increase. And we can also give negative values. So if we give negative values, the difference will decrease, and we can actually hide the whole element if we just keep it 100%. So you can see that we can hide it using 100%. We don't use it to hide the elements. To hide the elements, we just use the display properties, which we'll discuss in the next video. And this is all about the box model, which we use in CSS to prepare basic layout of the HTML elements. And that's it for today, guys. Hit the like button if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel if you loved it. I'll see you on the next episode of the Code Drop. Bye for now.